Good morning, good afternoon, and good night o kung anong oras nyo man to pinakikinggan. Welcome dito sa Share Mo Lang Podcast. And before we start, be sure na nakafollow na kayo dito sa Spotify, and you can also follow my Facebook page at facebook.com/Share Mo Lang Podcast. And check nyo rin yung YouTube channel natin na share mo lang din yung pangalan. And don't worry, lahat naman ng links is nasa description. So with that, sit back, relax, and enjoy the whole effing show. Boom! So yun, welcome sa yet another episode ng Share Mo Lang Podcast. Very interesting ang topic na pag-uusapan namin ngayon ng aking guest kasi nakikita ko na medyo meron kami similarities pero malalaman nyo mamaya kung saan or bakit. Pero ayun, wag natin siya pagintayin, nasa kabilang linya. So, Ding Dong, hello.
Hello. Thanks for bringing me to your podcast. Hi, my name's Ross. I guess I'm a PNG streamer at this moment, but I am working on making my own VTuber avatar. Probably by the end of the month I'll finish making it and rigging it. But I just graduated, so I had a lot of free time this year, especially specifically being unemployed and all. Although I only started actively looking for work this month. I've already sent about 100 applications at least, and I've only got maybe less than 10 interviews so far. And most of those positions were in marketing, because I feel that's where my strengths have, or at least that's where my past experience has been. I had one internship as a marketing officer and then 2 freelance clients for about 7 months. And I did a lot of copywriting, or I guess ghostwriting freelance stuff while doing my own thesis. I told myself ano ba? I was going to do it anyway. I was going to write a lot of paperwork anyway, so I might as well take on commissions.
Nabanggit mo yung sa VTubing, nakaka-curious ako. Akala ko kasi parang ilan lang dito sa Pilipinas yung nakakaalam sa kanila. So, nakakatuwa lang na may kaya ko din pala nanonood sa kanila.
Okay, sige. I guess I discovered VTubing through some Hololive clips. Hololive being a VTubing agency in Japan. But I found some of their clips. Kanata, the angel gorilla girl. Anyways, so basically she started singing the Soran Bushi, the song you'd hear at what's it, Love? What was it called? Love War. Anyways, it was in an anime.
Love is War?
Love is War. Kaguya-sama.
Ayun. Okay, gets.
And basically, at the time, it was just really catchy and I kind of vibed with her. So I was just surprised, what is this thing I'm watching? There's this anime girl, making content. I just went down the rabbit hole after that. I just started watching different VTubers from the same agency. Mostly clips with English subtitles. They're really funny. Super funny. And well, somehow I ended up watching I guess the Hololive English branch because it's in English. I could easily understand them without subtitles, and somehow today I'm more in line with Ina no Mananis. Anyways, Ina the taco batch. Anyways,
Violet.
Yeah, the Violet octopus girl.
Yeah.
Anyways, I like her because she's so chill. I didn't expect to really vibe with streamers that could be chill. I always assumed streamers and VTubers are just another type of streamer, right? Who are basically not gamers. Not always, right? They're not always streamers. Some of them are artists. Some of them are, just really friendly, or I guess funny. But yeah, I didn't expect streamers to be like that. I always thought streamers would be gamers, right? So I feel VTubers specifically have kind of changed the game for a lot of streamers. Yeah, for me particularly, I like that I could be a streamer without having to, I guess, really like games, because I'm not really much of a gamer.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm more of like an artist, I guess. And
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the artists I know either have like the courage to show their face, which I do not have. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And so, yeah, now I feel like I want to make a VTuber because I don't have to show my face. I don't have to give out my real name. Um, and I don't know. I'm happy with that. Like, I just want
Mm-hmm.
to do that. Mhm.
Saka yun sa kinagandahan sa VTubing kasi parang ang super talented nila. Like, ang galing din nila mag-drawing, then kumakanta, di ba?
Yeah.
Anyway, sa mga hindi familiar sa VTuber or VTubing, sabi sa Google, ang VTuber or virtual YouTuber is an online entertainer who uses a virtual avatar generated using computer graphics and real-time motion capture software or technology. And kung malabo pa rin, mas much better kung i-google nyo lang para magka-idea kayo. Anyway, well, personally, ako kasi, ang pinapakinggan ko or pinapanood ko madalas, si Gargura. Siya yung pinaka,
Oh.
yeah,
Yeah, she's
yun.
cute. She's really cute.
Oo, sobra. Saka si Kali.
Kelly.
Molimo. Ang hirap na spelling, so basta si Kali.
Calliope Mori.
Ayun.
She's a sick rapper, so yeah, check out her music.
Yun nga, so actually na parang pumasok din sa isip ko na gumawa din ng ganyan, ng parang avatar na VTubing kasi medyo conscious din ako sa sa na nakikita yung sarili ko sa camera din. Tapos yung problem lang kasi yun nga yung paggawa ng avatar din yung software na gagamitin, kaya ang sabi ko wag na lang. Parang nag-try na ako gumawa sa cellphone then
Yeah, I mean, I guess VTuber technology is just really, really complex.
mm-hmm.
I think it's just like one step below 3D art and then 3D rigging and all that. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's kind of complex because you need a strong computer to run your avatar,
Mm-hmm.
and just to draw the thing and rig the thing, you also need a strong computer. So throughout the whole production of a VTuber and using a VTuber, you need good specs basically, and it's not for everyone, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you also work with other, I guess, like PC intensive apps.
Mm-hmm.
It's really hard for someone to justify like buying a PC
para doon
just YouTube. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Meron bang mga Filipino na VTubers or unheard? Di mo alam?
There are.
Meron
I
ba?
am aware of some of them.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm aware of some of them. Some of them are on YouTube, some of them are on Twitch. The ones on YouTube, I forgot their names. One was named Pan, like that's her name. She's a bread pan. Cute, I guess.
Ang galing.
I think there's like a gorilla themed one, like she was an actual gorilla. I don't know her name. Another one is a really sad boy type.
Ang cute. Ang cute ng concept nila.
Yeah, ang cute ng mga concept nila, but I don't wanna bash them or anything. But yeah, I feel like the gimmicks will eventually like wear off. And it's really hard to like match themes, right? If you have a specific theme you want to keep going with, it's hard to be consistent with that, right? Or, like, just think about it. If you want to do a bread, I'm assuming Pan has like maybe some difficulty. I don't watch her streams, but if you're bread Pan, right? What would your streams themes be like? Would they all be centered around bread? Like, I don't think so. So maybe her theme is gonna move towards like bakery shops or something. But yeah, theme changes will, or like the feel of her streams will change for sure in the future. There are other streamers then.
Same situation kay kay Gargora na nagsimula siya na parang meron siyang gimmick na, di ba, Shrek siya, gano'n.
Yeah.
And
now she's a cat.
So, nung lumaki siya, parang medyo naglalayo na siya sa gimmick niya, pero may mga konting reference pa din. Mas lumabas na yung personality niya, kaya siguro mas nag-grow siya dahil parang kumbaga naging lore na lang niya yung pagiging shark niya.
Right.
Pwede
yung first story niya, right, is important, but it shouldn't like define who your person or like your personality should be. Yeah.
Anyway, ano yun? Nakatita ulit, sorry. Ano yung nasabi mo?
Yung parang like, okay, so yeah. So she used to be a madness person, right? But for some reason, she just decided that I guess her personality could carry like her chat or like her community without it. So I don't think like the theme of like the VTuber, right, matters in the long run.
Siguro ano lang siya, maganda lang siyang pang hook ng mga siguro makakuha lang niya attention mo din. Like pag naging fan ka na ng personality niya, baka dun mo na siya lalo mas magustuhan.
Right. Yeah.
Ayun. So medyo na tangent tayo sa VTubing. So baka isipin ng mga listeners na ano ba yung pag-uusapan nila? Bedpan, pating. So, kamustahin muna kita. So, ano yung pinagkakabalahan mo ngayon? Share mo naman sa amin.
I guess this month I just started like, so this month I started applying for jobs, right? I've been free since August. I've been done with my classes and all my academic requirements since August. I only officially graduated in January. So I've been graduating, kumbaga. But I wasn't like in a rush to get a job. I just wanted to, in that time, I wanted to refine my other skills, my skills that I've like neglected in the last 3 or 4 years. Because although I'm trying to refine like skills like writing and illustrating, my degree was mostly focused on numbers. It was in finance and management. So it's so different. Like the only reason why I was like my career has been in line with marketing is because whenever I joined an org, I choose to go into like events or marketing or those kinds of things. Yeah.
So kaya pala nabanggit mo nung magka-chat tayo na yung parang building skills na na-train sa ginagawa mo ngayon. Tama ba?
No, that's a whole different issue. But
okay.
in a way. Okay, well, I guess you want to go into that now?
So siguro mamaya-maya siguro kasi parang muna tayo, chill muna tayo. Kamusta na naman? So far, kamusta naman yung parang job hunting mo?
Not good. So I've got maybe like, so I've sent about 100 like applications, all for different marketing positions. Some of them specialists, some of them just general marketing officer roles or even marketing generalists. So despite, I guess, I'd like to think I have at least half a year of like informal work experience with like corporate clients, and then maybe like a 3-month internship that's really related towards marketing. For some reason, every time a recruiter talks to me, it's as if they think I'm a fresh grad. Like, I guess maybe it's because I haven't gotten my diploma. Okay, sure, I'll give them that. But I have actual results. Like, I have made the work. I've done the work, right? And I guess like that's when I feel like their initial offer isn't like enough usually. And I mean their offers are pretty generous for like fresh grads. I think it usually runs around from like 20 to 35. But personally, I feel I could do better. Like I know my worth. I know what I could be doing with my time. And like working in like a certain environment, like I'm aware of like how sometimes you have to wear so many hats, right?
All around.
It isn't worth that much. Really isn't that worth that much.
Kumbaga parang yung nasa hindi masolve yung ibigay nila lang sa yung job description kasi alam mo yun, may mga loopholes na kailangan mo din palang gawin yung ganito, ganyan. Kumbaga i-squeeze ka nila para masabi nila sa'yo na worth mo yung na-offer nila sa'yo, di ba?
Right. I feel like that's natural for every job naman. But there comes a point where you have to like find a job that respects boundaries and like what you can be doing for that amount, right? Because I know jobs, I've heard like for some reason when I've had recruiters tell me, are you okay with working, overtime? It's just a big red flag that you might be doing like more work than you're actually paid for, right? So it just doesn't seem like worth it to do that. It's like I think maybe it's just me, but I feel like some recruiters may think that it's easy to just recruit a fresh grad for
Kasi
for cheaps.
Kasi ang mindset, parang sa mindset ng mga nasa recruiters is fresh grad to, so kakagatin niya to dahil kumbaga sabik siya magpa-work, ganyan.
Right.
Kasi meron akong same experience nung may offer sa akin, though naman to, freelance naman. So, content writer, ganyan. So, parang medyo, alam mo yun, iisipin mo din na worth it ba tong offer na ganito kahit parang gustong-gusto kong magkaroon ng parang side hustle, ganyan. Parang imagine for 250 pesos, 2,500 words na article na so parang ang sa akin, medyo hindi ko siya ginarap kasi yung uubusin kong oras sa pagsusulat nun, pwede ko pang ilaan sa ibang bagay na mas, alam mo yun, may pakinabang or magiging mas okay.
Yeah. I feel that. Like, personally, I think if you know what someone's willing to pay you for, let's say 2,500 words, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've had a client where they paid me about, I think, at least 500, right? For that amount. And you're telling me that they pay you 250? I don't think it's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
There's always going to be someone out there that's like, you just have to be patient, I think, that to find that person who's willing to pay you a good amount. Because if, let's say, it takes me for me to write 2,500 words like coherently, right? And technically, if we're talking about like a technical thing, that would take me half a day. I know it sounds kind of slow, but I want to be careful with my words. I want to be concise and all those other editing things, right? And that's a lot of time, right? Just for one article. It's not gonna be worth 250 because that's just like what, half minimum wage. And you don't have time to do other things, right? The whole point of, like, let's say, copywriting, or at least working from home, right, is to be able to do other things at the same time with your time. I told you that I finished so basically I wrote both of my thesis papers at the same time, right? But I did take one commission for like another like term paper. It was basically a master's student who asked me to write her paper for her. I'm not dropping names. No one talked to me about it. But basically, I wrote 3 papers because lahat naman yung groupmates ko bigat. Anyways, yun. Yeah, it wasn't ideal, but it taught me I could write a lot of things in one day, in a month, in 3 months at a time. I can write a lot of things. So I know at the end of the day, if I can write this much, right, I can spit out so much, and they're only paying me this amount, right? Like, if I'm able to spread out my my abilities to other clients, I can make more, right? Which isn't necessarily ideal. Some people would prefer fewer clients but better pay, right? More efficiency for that. But I know how much production I can make, right? Yeah.
Saka, yun nga, nabanggit mo na yung nabanggit mo na parang half a day na 2,500 words is, tingin ko parang average na yun kasi dun sa half day na yun, usually yung kapag ganyan, may kasama na dyan yung research, tapos yung reading din. So talagang yun yung uubusin niyang oras kasi yung pinag-applyan ko nun, tech company siya, so hindi naman ako ganong techie, so I have to research muna bago ko isulat yung gagawin ko, then lots of reading din yun. Tapos, yun, saka mo pa lang isusulat, then edit, siyempre, di naman pagpasa mo, yun na yun, may revision pa yun, kaya di worth it.
Yeah, you're right. It just doesn't feel worth it. Like, you just gotta keep track of like how much time does it actually make, including research, right, and editing and revising. So I think it's good, like a good place to start if like you're looking to build a portfolio. If you're willing to work for cheaps, why not? But when you get really good at it, or when you feel that you're confident in your process, right, then maybe it's time for you to like consider asking for a better pay, looking for that dream client.
Siguro parang na turn off din ako kasi naranasan ko din makatanggap ng client from ibang bansa, kaya alam mo, medyo night and day yung difference nung pay nila, kaya ewan ko kung bakit yung term parang naging choosy or naging maarte ako sa mga ganyan.
I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, Yeah. You definitely deserve like something that you can accept and live with, right? If
Mm-mm.
if you're going to go into a job and hate it, right? You better be paid well to go through it. And that's why I'm really reluctant to entering
Mm-mm.
like the offer at the offers that they pay. It's just
Mm-mm.
too low for me because like I could be doing something else with my time, right? With my time and
Mm-mm.
energy. But instead I'd be going to a job that I hate and will hate, really hate. Get stressed over, probably beyond office hours.
Mm-mm.
So yeah, get paid.
Saka
Get
yung
paid where you're happy.
magiging toll din niya sa ano mo eh, sa mental health mo. Sobrang maapektuhan kasi isipin mo, pasok na naman ako, ganito ganyan. Alam mo yung ganong feeling na parang di mo na nga worth yung kinikita mo din. Tapos ganun pa yung environment, di mo pa gusto. So, ano mo yun, madali ka ma-burnout.
Yeah, yeah,
So, ayun, dumako naman tayo sa, sa past mo, so ito nabanggit mo kanina na yung
yeah.
working
So I
manual
guess
labor.
so. Basically, I was okay. So I'm not Chinese, naman. I'm not Phil-Chai, but so basically, I guess I had a family business. Well, I have a family business,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not wanted there.
Mm-hmm.
Although, so yeah, so they don't want me working there because they want me to branch out,
Mm.
and like find a job, find a niche you want to do for do your own business, mga ganun, right?
Mm.
But um, when I was a child, right? When I was a child, they would push me, my siblings, my cousins to work in the shop, the workshops, machine shops.
Mm.
Kasi they called it quote unquote training, right? Parang this is so you can learn the value of good work, right?
Mm.
Pero I mean, sometimes it's like the worst kind of boss is your parent. They don't treat you, they don't treat you well. Office hours are non-existent. You're paid in your living expenses. Parang you're barely paid minimum wage, all that. But yun nga, parang as a child, I did a lot of manual labor instead. Parang there were times where I was just like scraping carbon off piston or something, or in the middle of the night, like mga 4 a.m. taking out boxes from like a 40-foot container into a warehouse. Mga ganun. Like I used to do that like without question, just to be a good son and all. But then I also thought parang I was actually doing a good job. Parang I was earning my stripes somehow. I was so wrong. I got so basically I got to my third year in college around then, and I for some reason war flashbacks ako. Bigla I found myself doing the same thing I told you about. Yung parang I was 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, taking out like boxes out of like a 40-foot container into a warehouse. I was doing that again for some reason, and I had a bit of a war flashback. I was like, shit, I'm in my third year of college, finance, management, prestigious school. I'm still doing this.
I shouldn't be doing this, ganun.
I'm still doing this. Like, parang, okay, I'm not saying manual labor is not important, but I definitely know better that this could be more efficient. This could be the process of like taking out stuff out of a container could be more efficient with a paleta, with I don't know, like a place where I could stand that's level with the edge of the thing, so para we don't have to like climb up and down all the time, or even like bend. Basta ergonomics could be improved, right? And I don't know, maybe we could not do this like 3 o'clock in the morning out of like nowhere. Kasi nga, parang minsan, I'm like, wake up, we have to do something. Like, there's no like, warning. It's just so rude. Anyways, yeah, so basically, the worst boss is your parent, if ever. Ganun yung setup mo. But, yun nga, how do I say? I'm a bit mad because, yun nga, I just graduated. Not even. Like, even before I graduated, I was wondering, where did the quote-unquote training get me? Like, where are the skills I was hoping to benefit from in the marketplace, right? Like, are there, jobs out there that would actually count these years of experience in my childhood? Would they even, like, do I have any transferable skills that would, put me above the rest? And the answer is no, unfortunately. Payslip pa nga, it's like less than minimum nga. So parang really, really bad. And so I have a bit of a strained relationship with my parents, but that's beyond the scope of this thing. But I think I was thinking like what I should say after the story, like to the viewers. I was thinking, if you're a parent, all right, definitely try to give your like your children like transferable skills. Maybe teach them how to code at a young age. Maybe make them learn how to illustrate. Those kinds of things will lead them somewhere, right? Have hard skills. And when you say you're gonna guide them, right? Just don't tell them, oh, go there and work, or pick up boxes and clean or something. Like literally guide them as if you were a teacher with a syllabus, and and the job description being your like end goal, right? With a feasible or real job description being the end goal. Because I guess maybe 10 years ago, I have no clue. I had no clue what the job market was looking for, and if whether or not like the things I was doing was in line with what could be expected of me. So now I'm just having a hard time finding a job.
Pero I think magiging okay din lahat kasi bata ka pa naman, I guess. Marami pang opportunities na mag-o-open sa'yo. Pero ilang taon ka na nga ulit, okay lang.
I'm 23. I'm 23.
So, feeling ko marami pa naman, kumbaga, doors na mag-o-open sa'yo. Especially ngayon na iniintay mo lang yung diploma mo. Then, I can see naman na magiging successful ka kasi you have the skills, tapos legit yung portfolio mo, and you know how to talk. Kaya, ayun lang, chill lang. Anyway, yung nakita ko dun sa profile mo, may nakalink dun yung parang read my poems or what. Nakita ko nagsusulat ka, so saan mo siya na talaga bang sa sarili mo nakita mo talaga may ka, inner, kumbaga, makata ba or artist? Curious lang ako kung paano mo siya nahanap o na-discover sa sarili mo.
Okay, well, sige, ganito na. I'll give you a bit of a backstory. High school, right? High school. Nag-org kami. May school orgs kami. And no first year, I joined this like friend org, basically, peer making org. You just meet people, you tell them, you learn how to like be a good person and like counsel them or something. Basically, naglande ako and na-kick out ako. So, the advisor didn't like it. Anyways, I ended up like so yun, I got kicked out and I was like looking forward to like being in that org kasi there's a lot of opportunity to make lande, so why not, right? Yeah. Okay. So yun, I get kicked out. And then I couldn't find an org that I wanted to join. They were all sports orgs na iiwan. Yung iba, they were all full. And so I decided to join the literary group. Yung nagagawa ng stories and like poems. And
cool.
Yeah, just randomly. Like I just decided to go there kasi it was the only thing that I was accepting na hindi Boy Scout. And so
na hindi athlete na.
Okay. Yeah, I was just like, this is my second to last choice. Bahala na. Anyways, I get in. I liked it, I guess, because it allowed me, to express or at least read a lot. Back in the day, I didn't really read a lot. And for some reason, around senior year, I basically became like the associate editor-in-chief by default. So
ano yan? School newspaper or ano?
No,
Diba?
School folio. Iba yung sa school newspaper. So yung mga sad boys, like eventually come to this place to submit their sad boy poems, stories. Yeah. And yeah, I did some editing. I read a lot. Critiqued a lot. It was fun. Somehow, in 3-4 years of college, right? I never like interacted with anyone from the literary group or literature degree. I've never like interacted with them, except for maybe one time. It was really refreshing, I suppose, when I interacted with them that one time. But yeah, for me, I felt like it was one of those passions of mine that pinabayaan ko talaga in college. So, binalikan ko siya. Like, kasi I was done with college. I had so much free time. Why not, right?
So, itong nasa, ano ba to, website na medium.com. So, ito, lahat sinulat mo lang to this year lang, ganun? Or na ano to, naka-impact din sa'yo ng mga time na nasa literature club ka, na naipon mo lang din.
Yeah. yung mga stories, sa akin yun, like this year lang, yung mga stories.
Mm.
But for yung mga poems, I would like to say that some of them are mine. And then I guess most of them are like my friends who I was working with earlier this year who, with no offense, I guess, to him, but you know, he got busy. He got busy with masters. He's taking like clinical psych right now. So I understand his situation. He's really busy. And so um, I think, you know, the next year, I just want to like maybe write a second part to the story and possibly continue illustrating.
Kasi ito, titignan ko ngayon yung mga website. So, okay lang bang natin to? I-mention ko yung ano,
Oh yeah, sure. You can just link it sa, you know,
sa description na yun.
later.
So, ito yung Rossi story na i-link na ko na. Medyo complicated siyang i-bigkasin. Ayun.
Okay. Well,
And,
I think there is I'll just send you the link later. But yeah, just
anyway, so nasa usapang writing naman din tayo. Let's talk about your writing process. Paano ka kumukuha ng inspiration? Kasi ako talaga personally, minsan talaga na nabablanko. So, kailangan ginagawa ko. Naglalakad ako nagbumabiyahe ako ganyan. Umaalis-alis ako. Kasi pag di ko ginawa yun, sure na sure magkakaroon ako ng writer's block. Eh ikaw, paano ka nagka-come up ng stories or poem?
okay, I got you. My sources of inspiration include like the R writing subreddit, Discord channels with people in the VC, and then pretty much just any Reddit forum. Because first of all, sometimes I feel anxious, right? Yeah, sometimes I feel like writer's block when I'm writing creatively. It's because I have doubts, right? I have doubts, and so usually those doubts are usually addressed sa R writing like subreddit. Yun, when they're addressed, right? I simply feel like when I read the comments, something pops in my mind. My doubts are gone. I can basically write. Second, Discord VCs are really useful kasi parang first you get actual conversations, right? Parang you get real conversations. If you're not so funny, maybe your friends in the VC are more funny than you. Take their words. It's not that bad, right? But they realize now you took their words. It really depends.
Yung mga yung mga kumbaga jokes nila ganun.
Yeah. Yung mga like how do they talk, right? Parang if you're basing a character on like a certain person,
yung mga quirk nila.
you already have. Yeah. It's easy, right? Parang the burden is not on yourself. It's on that person. And yung third is yung like I get prompts online basically. So I think Reddit is just one of those prompts, but you can find it on YouTube and Facebook. Because sometimes I think maybe I don't know what to write about. And so I go online, right? And I find a header that interests me. And maybe I keep reading down, through the comments. And because I feel like I know what I'm talking about, and maybe I might type about it, right? It's a starter, basically. It's like curiosity ka na eh. So if something like interests you enough for you to like look at the forum, right? Or at least the thing, and the thing, quote, I don't know, the story or the article, then I think it's worth writing about because for sure you'll find more ideas, right? In the comments or at least from your own personal experiences. So at the end of the day, yung mga like, let's say, cheesy comments, it's mga cheesy comments, right? Bigla, you see it and it feels like it's really nice to hear. Maybe you want to make that your like next header and then expound on like why it matters or I don't know where it's used. Ganon. So yeah, the burden of like finding a topic is not on you, right? It's pushed onto what you find interesting as you consume more content. I don't think it's the most efficient way because then like you're not trained to like make something out of nowhere, right? So yeah, for work purposes, it isn't exactly the best practice for sure. But for creativity, I think it's decent approach.
Kasi ako usually kapag nasa biyahe ako tapos nakita ko sa bintana, nakita ko may something na alam mo yung medyo funny ganyan. So ang gagawin ko diyan iisip ko paano ko may papasok tong nangyari tong parang nakakatawang moment na to sa isang 4 panel na comic. So, yan, saka ko pa lang siya ihimay-himayin hanggang sa Ayun, nakakabuo ako ng story kaya usually minsan ginagawa ko talaga naglalakad-lakad ako para makakuha ng inspiration, gano'n. Kasi kapag nasa lang ako
Mm-mm.
nasa office, talagang dingding lang. Talagang wala kang makukuhang thoughts.
Yeah, that is a problem.
Mm. So, anong mga goals mo ngayon and ano yung mga parang gusto mong ma-achieve?
For 2022 or further?
Siguro 2022 muna, like your short-term goals, gano'n.
Okay. Yeah, so I guess 5 things on my like plate for 2022 is to be more consistent with streaming,
Mm.
get into law school, get more exercise, find someone to like consistently be with me for more than 6 months, right?
Mm.
And then ano ba? I think get a job possibly, but that's not really like a big priority.
Mm.
Anything supplementary like is okay for me.
Nice, nice, nice. Tapos, any last advice sa mga nakikinig? Like, kasi ako, di ba nabanggit sa'yo na parang may same situation tayo na ako nakatali ako dito sa parang, actually di siya family business kasi relatives, kumbaga relatives, family's business. So ikaw, ano mabibigay mong advice sa mga gaya ko or sa mga listeners natin baka nasa same situation sila? Do you advise ba na take the risk and bet on themselves?
Yeah. I guess dreams are not fixed, like maybe one year, like for me, one year you want to be a chicken farmer, and then
Mm.
you crunch the numbers, like you do the feasibility plan, and you find that you're only gonna make like 3,000 pesos a month. That's
Mm.
after all, everything, all the drama of like having to make sure they're all alive at the end of the month. And so our dreams change. You have to be practical talaga.
Mm.
But definitely it's worth like knowing talaga if it's feasible, if it's, because sometimes I think at some point naman, like if you're old and you're more stable, your kid's already out, you've checked out all the other boxes in your life. Syempre, you're gonna like put all your money like in one basket and you don't care na, right? It's just like, but I guess if you're in your 20s, I think you have to be practical and you have to accept that your dreams will be pushed back a couple of years siguro. Yeah.
May gusto ko bang kumbaga parang i-promote or what, i-plug para mali mo, yung mga kakinig ito ngayon, maging sila, ma-curious sila kung sino tong kausap ko ngayon, kung ano yung ganyan.
Well, I guess just follow me on Twitch or I guess Medium. Giving my stuff a read is, I guess, enough support. Honestly, I didn't expect to get more than 10 reads this year. Or since I posted it, I'm very super happy. So, yeah. Yun lang.
Ayun lang. Sige. So, ayan. So, super thank you sa pagpapa-unlock dito sa podcast guesting na to. And, yun lang. So, kung na-enjoy nyo itong episode, i-share nyo para sa mga kilala nyo, friends nyo, baka makatulong ganyan. Once again, yan, thank you Ross sa pag-guest sa podcast and ayun, good luck sa atin lahat.
Alright, yeah, it was nice talking to you. Yeah. Merry Christmas.
Hey guys! Did you enjoy this episode of Share Mo Lang? Well, if yes, you can support the podcast by using my affiliate links down below. And by the way, may second podcast kaming ginawa ng friend ko and we talks about wrestling. Ang title niya is Ding 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 Show. Ayun, so meron din akong webcomics. Ang title is SGK. Basahin niyo siya sa webcomph.com. So yun lang. Bye-bye!